In this video, I want to show you the basics of using bookmarks with your Power BI reports. We're going to go through the basics together, and also I'm going to show you some cool tricks that you can use to spice up your reports. All of that and more. So without further ado, let's get started. Hi, my name is Fernan and welcome to the Solutions Abroad YouTube channel, where we cover tips, tricks and best practices when working with Power BI. We upload new videos every week, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified when a new one is out. In order for me to explain what bookmarks are, I think it's better if I show you an example. So here's a good example of a very basic Power BI report. It's an orders report that has some options for your users to filter. So let's say filtering by regions, by countries, by categories, employees, and also some visuals here. So we got some bar charts, some line charts that will change based on the selections that they make with your slicers. So bookmarks are made to basically make your customers' lives easier, especially if you have a lot of options for them to go through. Let's say, for example, you have a client that is always looking at a specific set of slice data. So let's say they belong to a certain region and they belong to a certain country, or maybe they're just tracking a specific product. And this report is great because it gives your users a lot of options when it comes to filtering your data. But the problem is that this specific user is only interested in one set of sliced data. And it means that if he opens this every single day, it means that he has to re-slice those regions, those categories that he wants to see in order to get the data that he wants. And you can basically use bookmarks to replace all the actions that he has to do with a single click of a button. To create a bookmark on this report, let's first slice down our data. So let's select some values here. So let's say we want to look at specific set of regions, and we'll select several categories here, and maybe just some products. And let's pretend we are this customer that is only interested in a specific set of data with all of these slices. And if you imagine him doing this every day, it means it's a lot of work for him to do. So now we've made our selections. Now we want to bookmark them, so we can save this state and we can come back to this selection whenever we want. In order to do that, we need to go to View, hit the bookmarks, and add a new bookmark. That's it. So you've got a bookmark now that you can reuse to go back to the selection state. Let's just rename it to make it more legible. So let's say client 1 slice. And that's it. So you can use it by clicking on this bookmark when it's in the service. And that's really it. So now you have a report bookmark that other people can use when they start using this report. Let's have a look at it in action. So let's say let's clear all the filters here, and let's say we're starting from scratch, and let's say this is how it is the state now. So we have no filters at the moment, and we've changed a bit of the slider here. The bookmark, if we click on it, you'll see that it goes back to that selection that we saved. So the specific regions that we selected, all the slicers that we've created when we created that bookmark, making it super easy to navigate back to this view. If you want to know how it looks like in Power BI service, I've just published it. So let's have a look at it from the web version. Here we are on the Power BI service, and to find the report bookmarks you've created in Power BI desktop, you'll just need to go here in bookmarks and click show more bookmarks. Now there are two types of bookmarks that you can create. Report bookmarks means it's available for everyone that has access to this report, and personal bookmarks, which is just for you. So for example, if you're a client and you have a specific set of bookmarks that you just want to be available for you, you can do that by yourself within the service. You don't have to do it in Power BI desktop at all. And if you're wondering how to make personal bookmarks in Power BI service, it's pretty simple too. So make your selections, whatever it is, and go to bookmarks again, add a personal bookmark, and you can name it whatever you want. You can even make it your default view. So now you have a bookmark that you created for yourself, that is only visible for yourself, that you can reuse for this report, which is really handy. So because bookmarks allow you to save your visual states, it means you can create some cool things, like creating a button that resets all your slicer selections. So if we go back to Power BI desktop here, and let's create a button. So under Insert, create button, and we'll create a reset button. We'll just put it at the bottom here. And let's start resetting our filters. So this is the state that we want to save. So we want them to not be selecting anything. And let's reset the slider as well. So now that we have that state, we can create a bookmark for this. And let's say reset filters. And now we can tie that bookmark to an action in a button. So if we go to the button again, and here on the format, click action, enable it. And instead of clicking a back button, you can choose a bookmark here. So it means that you can trigger a bookmark or a view change depending on the bookmark that you select here. So we'll select reset filters. So now let's go back to our previous slice that we've created, so the client one slice. Now that you have that button, it means that you can click that button. So I'll just click this button, and in Power BI Desktop, by the way, you need to hit Control click to simulate a button click. If I click there, you'll see that it resets all the slicers that you have created, sort of the opposite of what the client one slice purpose does. It basically just resets all the selections you've made. Another way that you can use bookmarks is to toggle between different visuals. So here you can see we have a bar chart of product sales breakdown, and currently it's just a bar chart. And let's say we want to change it to a pie chart, but we want to give the users the ability to change it to a pie chart. So we want them to toggle between a bar chart or a pie chart if they wanted to. And normally you are only able to do it in Power BI Desktop because you have access to the visualizations to edit the report. But for your users, they don't have this ability. So how do you give? Well, you can use bookmarks for that. So let's have a look at how we can do that. So we can create a copy. So I'll do Control C, Control V. Put these two visuals on top of each other. One of them is the pie chart that we want to use, and the other one is the bar chart. Under View, we're gonna select or enable the selection pane here, which is essentially the Z order. This is what allows you to organize the ordering of your visuals on top of each other. So now you see here, this is the pie chart, so we'll just rename it so we know. Products pie, and then this one, we'll name this products bar. And what we can do is we can create a button again, and we'll put them on top of this visual as a means for us to toggle between the two. And what we want to do is hide one or the other depending on what the button is being pressed. So again, we're going to go to Insert, we're going to go to Button, and we'll just choose something random here for now. Let's say we just want to use this one. We'll create an arrow here, and we'll create another one just for the other side. So if we want to change to a pie chart, or we want to change to a bar chart. So this one we'll name it to bar, and then this one we want to name it to pie. We'll just put them on top of each other for now. So from here, what we want to do is we want to hide some of the visuals. So we want to hide, let's say, the bar chart and the button that goes to the pie chart, and save this as a bookmark. And we'll name this to pie chart. And then we'll do the opposite. So we'll hide the products pie chart and then the button there. And then we'll create the bookmark, and we'll create this one bar chart. Now the last thing you want to do from here is you want to tie the actions to the buttons. So these are the ones that will trigger the switch of the visuals. So if we go here to the bar chart button, click action, and we want to tie this to a bookmark that opens up or switches to the pie chart view. So let's click that. If you click that button, you'll see that it goes to the pie chart view. It hides the bar chart and it hides the other button. Same thing here, so we'll do the same thing for the this button here, action, type is a bookmark, and we want to do it to go to the bar chart view. So let's test those two again. So you see, now you are able to toggle between the two different charts that you have in the same report. So there is a feature called personalized visuals that lets you do the same thing, and if you want to use that implementation, I covered it in a separate video, so check it out if you want. So the last trick that I want to cover is the ability to create a hidden menu in your report to save some space for visualization. So what do I mean by that? So you can see in our report here we have just about 3 visualizations, and we don't have a lot of space because at the top we have the slicers, and on the left hand side we also have the drop down menus. And with the hidden menus, with using bookmarks, you are able to free up some space in your page in order to fit in more visualizations. So how do we do that? So as usual, let's create the view that hides all the slicers that we want to hide in this. So in this case, we want to hide these slicer buttons. So I'm just going to go to the selection pane here and just slowly, one by one, hide them all. We want to hide this button as well, and the slicer at the top. So next, we want to create a button that we want to use to trigger to open those slicers. So we'll just create a right arrow here as a way means for us to open those slicers up. So basically this view is how your users will be using the report while the menus are hidden. So let's create a bookmark to when the menu is showing. So let's unhide those slicer menus here. And what we can do, now that it's all unhidden, what we can do is we can create or insert a shape. And what we can do is we can create a transparent layer to make it seem like the menu is popping up. So we can go to format shape. Let's do a no outline, but we want a fill of white, and we want about 30% transparency. You want it to be just above your slicers, or rather just below your slicers, but above everything else. So let's adjust that. So we want to go like this, and this button, I think that's fine. So we want this shape to be just below our slicers here, but on top of our visuals, and you'll see why in a second. So we'll put this on top of our report page here. So now what we want to do is save this bookmark. So let's save this. So menu showing. And as you can see, you seem to have like a menu that pops up whenever you want to make a selection, but at the same time, when you want it hidden, you have more space for visualization. So let's update this a little bit, and then let's tie it in with the buttons. So first of all, I want to just update this because actually I can see I made a mistake. I wanted to hide this when the menu, this bookmark is open. So to update the bookmarks, just make the selection that you want. For example, for this one, we want to hide this one. So let's hide this, and let's go back to the menu showing bookmark. So let's hide it again. And then on the menu showing, click update. So now what it will include that button to be hidden when the menus are showing. And from here, simply what we want to do is we want to tie the shape, the transparent layer, to an action. So we want for our users, so when they select outside of our slicers, to go back to when the menus are hidden, so back to the visuals. And to do that, we can go back to the action once more, bookmark, we're gonna hide the menus. The last thing that we need to do is tie this button to show our menu. We can do that by clicking on the button, action, we go to bookmark again as a type, and we look to menu showing. So that will trigger our bookmark to show the menus. So if we click that once more, you see you have a pop-up menu that is really cool. It really looks like it's a legitimate menu that pops up like an app. But not really. We simulate that through bookmarks. And when you click on any of the whites, you go back to this view. And as you can see, now you have more space to work with. You can add more visuals, more insights in the same page by just eliminating those slicer filters and just hiding them when you're not using them. And that's really it for this video. I hope I've helped you understand how easy it is to start working with bookmarks in your Power BI reports. Give this video a like if it helped you, give it a dislike if you didn't, so I know to do better next time. Ask your questions in the comment section box below so I can help you and you can help others. If you enjoyed this video, we have a Patreon page where you can support the channel and get exclusive perks like early access, demo files, and credits at the end of these videos. Thanks again for watching and see you in the next one.